My name is Mark Safrick. I was an FBI special agent for 23 years. My job as an FBI profiler is to look at the evidence in order to understand the mind of the killer. Now, I'm here in Denmark in order to look at some of your most difficult unsolved cases.
Der har været ca. 65 uopklarede drab i Danmark over de seneste 30 år. Et drab bliver aldrig forældet, så de uopklarede sager står i princippet stadig åbne. Men i realiteten efterforskes kun ganske få stadig af dansk politi. Imens lever familierne til de dræbte i uvisheden om, hvad der skete.
A death is never a mystery, but sometimes the truth is buried deep. And I'm here to dig it up.
Mark Safrick er specialist i gerningsmandsprofilering, som er et effektivt værktøj til at udpege morderen og motivet. Men et værktøj dansk politi ikke bruger.
As a criminal profiler, I look at all the behavioral, physical, and forensic evidence in order to tell the story of the crime. To understand what the killer did, how he did it, and why he killed.
Marks danske partner er den tidligere politimand Jan Jarlbæk, der har efterforsket komplicerede sager, blandt andet for Rejseholdet og Europol.
Nu går jeg ind i efterforskningen af de her gamle sager for at gøre en forskel. Jeg vil hjælpe familien til at komme videre og til at få afsluttet et forfærdeligt kapitel i deres families historie.
Mark og Jan ser med nye øjne på gamle uopklarede mord.
This direction, this up.
Tag en dyb indånding, Annelise.
De gennemgår bevismaterialet, og for første gang tegnes der en gerningsmandsprofil.
This whole time, he's following her up these different stairs and landings.
Da dansk politi har valgt ikke at samarbejde, har Mark og Jan kun lidt eller slet ingen adgang til politiets efterforskning. Så i disse 3 programmer efterforsker de med FBI's ekspertise 3 danske mordmysterier forfra.
Today I'm going to brief you on an alleged suicide, a young female, age 14. Her name is Pernille. She died back in 2006. She was found by her parents, hanging in a bed sheet, partially suspended from that first floor landing, sitting on the banister facing upwards. Her parents came back home and found her that way. Her father ran up the stairs and untied her and brought her to the floor and called the emergency service. And he actually said to them, "My daughter hanged herself."
When you get that initial information from your dispatcher as reported by the parents, that can really set the case in a particular direction so that when you get there as a first responder, you're going to be automatically thinking suicide.
The parents, they strongly disagree. There were findings and information that indicated otherwise, but the police, they shut it down as a suicide at the time.
Clearly, we've got a discrepancy here. We've got the police saying suicide. We've got the parents saying it's not suicide, it's something else. So our first job is to figure out what is it that we really have here. What is the manner of death in this? Is it suicide or is it homicide? That's our first goal.
I agree.